Sure, I cannot hear myself. All right. Hello and welcome. So today we're going to be talking about masterminding. I want to break it all down. If you've been following along, then you've seen me talk about what it's going to take to succeed in your business in 2025. If you have not been following along, that's okay. This is a standalone episode. This is a standalone live. My name is Cami. I am an intuitive life and business coach. I've been in business for 10 years. Hi, Marcus. Good to see you. I've been in business for 10 years and I have a six-figure business. That means my business has generated over $100,000 in revenue in a 12-month period. And what I do, hold on a second. I got to figure out. There we go. My headphones started talking to me, and I didn't want to hear it. Okay, it was very distracting. I could hear my headphones in my ears. Okay, so what I do for my clients is I help them to get really clear on their self concept, which is who they are as a CEO and business owner. I help them to gain the confidence to go out and do their sales and marketing activities so that they can have revenue, so that they can have money. So, I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about what a mastermind is, how you know you're ready for a mastermind, and if you feel like you meet these criteria, then I invite you to apply for my 8-week mastermind. So, first of all, let's just define a mastermind because I think everybody, the first thing I think of is a criminal mastermind, right? Like a mastermind of an organization. But really, what a mastermind is coming together in a peer to peer group where members of the group will share their own experience, their own accountability to have support and motivation to network together and to do business together. Now, the most valuable part of a mastermind is when you have a coach, a business coach, a life coach that is overseeing the entire format of the mastermind. That would be me, that would be myself. Having somebody who's been through what you've been through, who's gone through what you've been through, who has the experience, but then also being together with your peers, doing it at the same time so that you do not feel so alone. So, the structure of my mastermind, typically these are longer groups, but for this group, it is a hyper focused group for 8 weeks. We work together for 8 weeks so that we can really tap in on your goals, your specific business challenges, and make sure that we give you the progress that you need. So, thinking about a mastermind, one of the biggest things that comes up for people is I don't feel ready. I'm not ready. I don't feel ready. I don't feel good enough. I'm struggling with my confidence. And so I want to address those things right now today. Because here's the problem: you'll never actually feel ready. You'll never actually feel good enough. You have to just decide. So I'm going to read you something. I looked back on my business journey, and this was back in 2016 when I joined my first, actually, I joined my first mastermind in 2015. And then I hired my first one-on-one business coach in 2016, a year later. And so those investments, the first investment was 3,000, the next investment was 1,500. And I feel like when you're in the beginning of your business, I wanted to make something that was really accessible for you. So we'll talk about the pricing at the end, but just know that this mastermind, because it's 8 weeks, because it's hyper focused, because we're going to work through things quickly, the investment is so accessible for you at the beginning of your business. But here's what I wrote to my first coach. I wrote her an email that said this: I've been feeling stuck lately, and I would like to find out if you would do paid coaching calls with me. You've already helped me so much with your insight, and I would like to put some money into it and have somebody to answer to for my business goals. Let me know if this is something that you will do. If not, I'd love to hear of any referrals for business coaches. I love personal growth and all, but I need my business coaching to be directly tied to making revenue. Okay. The reason I read this to you is because this is what I was always looking for. I was always looking for somebody that's like, tell me how to make more money. Tell me how this is going to directly affect and impact my revenue. So when I am working with clients, either in a group setting or a one-on-one, I'm coaching you on life. I'm coaching you on mindset. I'm coaching you on your fears, your imposter syndrome, your perfectionism, your emotions, all of that. Because at the end of the day, I want you to take action in your business so that you can make real money. The reason why this is so important is because you do not have a boss. If you are running your own business, you are your own boss. So the power of having the accountability of a coach is that in between calls each week, you are actually doing something. You are investing in yourself. You are investing in somebody to follow up with you to say, hey, did you do the thing? And if you didn't do the thing, why not? And let's talk about why you didn't do the thing. And then let's go do the thing. And the results of doing these focused efforts over and over again with your sales, your marketing, your messaging, your business plan, your pricing, taking all of these steps to become a real business owner. What I consider to be a real business owner is somebody who is making money. So I don't want to shame you if you're still in the beginning stages of business. That's where I was back in 2016. But I also knew I was like, somebody tell me what to do. Tell me what to do, and I will do it. And now here I am years later having a six-figure business, mastering all these things because I invested in mentorship, because I invested in masterminds, because I invested in coaching. I knew I was a good student. I knew I was smart. I knew I could figure it out. And for you, this is also true too. Just because you don't know what to do yet doesn't mean that you won't be able to figure it out, that you won't be successful. So, the number one thing I see holding people back from joining a group program is thinking that they are not good enough. Like they're already comparing themselves to an imaginary person that they might be in the mastermind with, and they're already thinking that they're not good enough. So, basically, the very basic level, if you're here watching this and you're seeking a way for you to make more money, a way to make revenue, if you're sick of having these conversations with your partner or your spouse saying, what's going on with the business? Why isn't it making money? And you're still trying to figure it out years later, then I want you to listen up because you are ready for a mastermind. You don't need to have a bunch of followers. You don't need to have a bunch of systems. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to be willing to receive support, to say, okay, I'm here, I'm teachable, I'm coachable, tell me what to do, I will do it. And then we take this action from a place of clarity. So here's how to know if it's time for you. Number one, you're tired of second guessing every post or offer or price or what you offer. Are you too expensive? You're tired of staying stuck in this overthinking spiral. Because when you're overthinking, you're not making money. When you're overthinking, you're not making offers. When you're second guessing what to post, you're either wasting time, hours and hours on one single post, or you're getting so stuck and overwhelmed that you never even post it. So if you're tired of second guessing this, then you are ready for a mastermind. Number two, if you actually do know what to say, you're like, oh yeah, I know what I have, I know what I offer, and I know it's pretty valuable, but I'm struggling to say it with confidence. I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to say it the right way. I kind of stumble over my words as I'm trying to say it. What this is going to do is have you avoiding conversations with people. And the only way for you to make more money is to have more conversations with people, either in person or online. You will need to tell the people what you do over and over and over again. So if you are struggling with the confidence of knowing what to say and how to say it and how to deliver it exactly to your correct people, then you will be ready for a mastermind. Because what we're doing inside of my mastermind is we are working on your messaging. What that is exactly what to say, exactly how to say it, and exactly who to say it to, where to find those ideal clients, how to start connecting with them, how to show up with confidence so that you can connect with them once they're actually there. All right, number three, the next sign that you're ready for a mastermind for your business is that you keep starting over, or you keep stopping and then starting again instead of building consistent momentum. The number one problem I see in beginning business owners is consistency. And they're lacking consistency because they're lacking that clarity. They're lacking the confidence. And they're not believing that there are actually clients out there that want to work with them. Or there's something else getting in the way on the back end of their mind, either money mindset or unworthiness or feeling confused. So, the solution to this starting and stopping is to build small, tiny progress over time. So most people, I see them stuck in all or nothing thinking. They're thinking, I need a content calendar. I need to learn how to master the algorithm. I need to learn how to be a content creator on Instagram, on TikTok. I need to buy a course. No. What you need to do is get really clear on who you help, how you help them, what's the problem, what's the solution. And then we throw perfectionism out the window. We say, this is good enough. And we start posting and showing up and going places in really good energy where we're feeling happy to be there, where we're feeling purposeful. And this builds your energy. This is what builds your momentum, which is what builds your consistency to the point where it then just becomes easy. I just post. I just show up. I just go because I'm a serious business owner who makes money. All right? Number 4. If you are a person who has a hard time with time blocking and following through, you have a hard time with structure. You're like, I'm just not doing things. I just like say I'm going to do it and I never do it. But you also don't want to be over structured, right? So you're like, I want structure, but I want this freedom spirit. Like I want this intuition, spontaneous spirit as well. So if you want structure and soul, structure and spirituality, I call it structure and flow, in addition to your strategy, if this is what you're craving, you're like, I want this. I don't want to do business like corporate. I don't want to feel stuffy. I don't want to feel bored. I don't want to feel stuck. I want to feel like I am living out my soul's purpose. But I also know that I need to structure in specific sales activities, specific marketing activities, networking, content creation. I also know I need to schedule in time to actually work with those clients. If you're having a hard time managing all these moving pieces of your business with family time, with business time, with marketing, with onboarding, if you know that that's one of your challenges, then I can help you. This would definitely be a good place to bring this to a mastermind. Because as women, we have a lot of spinning plates. We are responsible for a lot of people. And sometimes we're getting stuck in overwhelm and we're actually doing the wrong things that we shouldn't be doing. Sometimes we need to start outsourcing some things to other people because, again, we're doing things that are not making us money. And then sometimes we need to learn to set boundaries and to say no and to say, I'm working on my business over here, and to empower other people in your life to learn the skills and abilities to take care of some of those tasks so that you are not doing it all. Because you cannot be over your 100% mom, 100% caregiver, 100% business owner. You have to start structuring in, these are the tasks and roles that I will do. This is the benefit of doing them. Here's what I want to be doing. Here's what creates value and revenue for me. And then here's what I need to take off of my plate. And I believe in my very much brilliant, resourceful mind to figure out a way to get this done or to outsource it or just to decide it doesn't need to be done at all. Most of us are taking on too many things. So if you are in this situation and it's getting in the way of you making money in your business, then you are ready for a mastermind. And number 5, the 5th sign that you're ready for a business mastermind is you're ready to stop doing it all alone. One of the number one things that I see people saying at networking events is, I just don't want to be doing this all alone. I want to have a community. I feel so alone. I'm just in my house. I'm behind my computer screen. I'm working on my projects. I feel so alone. And then what I've seen with my clients is when you are all alone, imposter syndrome gets very loud. Anxiety gets louder. Depression gets louder. Disappointment gets bigger. But when you are doing business in a community, in a group, there is a palpable energy. There is a power of intention coming together saying, we are all going to support each other, even if we're in different industries or competing industries. We are all going to hold this space of it is possible for me, it is possible for you. We set aside comparison. We all lean in and support and help one another within that mastermind structure. And it allows you to not feel so alone. When you see someone else getting coached on what you are feeling challenged with, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one struggling with this. Oh my gosh, there's a solution. There's a new and different way that I can approach this. So I want to recap this for you. You are not behind. I want you to just think of your revenue. If you're at $1,000, $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, if you're at 20K, 50K, it doesn't matter. Whatever revenue that you're at, you are ready to be held and coached in a mastermind. Now, the next question becomes, which mastermind do you choose? How do you choose it? We'll get into that in a second. But one of the most powerful things that I did early on was dive right into a mastermind. I got fired. First time I got fired. I've been fired 3 times in the past 3 years, past 10 years. But the first time I got fired, I had faith. I just had faith that I was going to start this business. And I invested $3,000 in a mastermind because I knew somebody needed to teach me, how do I do online marketing? How do I show up? How do I build my confidence? How do I build my voice? And I remember when I first started, I started my first podcast back in 2017. And I remember getting coaching on, what do I say? What do I say? I don't even know what to talk about. Why are they going to listen to me? I remember getting coaching on the sound of my voice. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't like the sound of my voice. So, all of these things in the beginning of your business are normal. To feel like, ugh, I don't want to put myself out there. I feel awkward. Are people going to judge me? All of this is a normal part of the process. So, when we come together, we do this in community. This is how you start to feel like you're building up your confidence because you're able to have these conversations within a safe container of other women who are also building their business. So think of it this way. You're not behind. You're not, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that is dramatically different about your experience that other women haven't had in their business. And when you start to come together and realize we are all in the middle, and in the middle of building your dream, being in the middle of building your vision can feel messy. And I always say, everyone thinks like building a business is going to be a miracle. It's a miracle. Like, I did it. I'm finally free from corporate. But what's really true is we have these moments of miracles, like these big wins, these big miracles, these things that feel really great for us. And then what's more real is we have a multitude of mini meltdowns. So if you are melting down right now, it's okay. This is part of building a business. The problem is when you have meltdowns on your own, they last a long, long time. They last months, sometimes years. And the longer you go without getting support, without finding a solution to your challenges, the less and less, like, your confidence goes down and down and down and down. And so this is where the mastermind works its magic, is by you saying, you know what? It's my time. I am ready for the next step. I can do this. I deserve to be living my dream. I deserve to get paid. I deserve to make money at this thing that maybe has felt like a hobby for me. And so the mastermind starts to work its magic when you go all in on yourself, and you know you're also locking hands with other women who are going all in on themselves, and you're coming together in this energy of collaboration. And what happens for you is we collapse time. So what might take you a year on your own, we can get that done in 2 months. What you might just keep telling yourself, and it makes me sad when I have conversations with women that I've seen year after year after year being still in the same spot. And I'm like, I can help you. I can help you. If we just come together for 8 weeks, I can help you with your messaging. I can help you with your confidence. I can help you create a signature talk and start public speaking and getting paid. I can help you with your website. I can help you with your Instagram reels. All of that is so easy when you have the support and you've dedicated yourself to becoming the CEO entrepreneur that overcomes challenges. And when you do it together, you find out it's actually a lot easier than we make it in our mind. The only reason your mind's telling you you're not ready is because it wants to keep you safe. So I would question, are you okay telling yourself I'm not ready to make money? No, thank you, universe. I don't want to make money. And I don't think that's true. I think that you do want money, you do want freedom, you do want purpose, and you do want to make this business sustainable. So if that's you, I invite you to consider applying to the Abundant Business Mini Mastermind. It's 8 weeks and we start on May 15th, 2025. So this is where we collapse time. It takes way less time to be doing this in community with a skilled coach than it does on your own, I promise. And we're going to get you very clear on your messaging, your client, your offers, your pricing. That'll create consistency in your marketing strategy. What are we going to do for your marketing that is specific to you? I don't believe in cookie cutter strategies. I don't believe in telling you how to do your marketing. I believe in co-creating your marketing plan based on you, your personality, and what you're really skilled at. Some of you will be great at video. Some of you will be great at writing copy. Some of you will be great at in-person networking. So I want you to think about having a spiritually aligned strategy where you're leading with your heart, you're leading with connection, and then we also have our spiritual tools. So I believe that our business is a conduit for our expansion. That God universe put a desire, a dream, a skill, an ability in our heart, in our spirit, and that we're supposed to share it. And then in order for it to be equally energetic exchange, right? If you're going to do something for somebody and you're deciding not to just be a volunteer, you can be a volunteer. But there is something magical about deciding I'm going to run a business here and it is okay for me to have an energy exchange. If I'm expending energy to give to you, to give a service, to give value, then it is okay for me to receive energy back in the form of currency, in the form of dollars, in the form of actual money in my bank account. And it becomes so empowering for women to know I have a skill that I can get paid for. I can build this in the marketplace and people will pay me for it. And some of you will be very motivated by having financial freedom, having abundance, having money in your personal bank account or in your business account that you can spend on whatever. You want to go on a vacation with the kids. You've always wanted to travel somewhere. You want to buy something for a family member. You want to be able to gift something. You want to be able to give back to your community. You want to be able to bless someone in a really big way because you have this extra money that you're able to just give from abundance. So thinking about what money means and making money means is transformational. And thinking about what does it mean when good people with good hearts have lots of money. What I believe this means is we change the economy, we change the world, we change the way that we are investing. Most of my clients believe in sustainability. So they're investing in high quality products that are not just cheap, that are not going to go in a landfill. Most of my clients believe in supporting other women and BIPOC business owners. So the money that they make is going to go back into the community, is going to go back into supporting women business, BIPOC business. They're going to go back into supporting worthy causes, whether it's donating to the church, donating to the community, donating to save animals. So think about beyond just making money for yourself and your family, what the impact is. And when all of us, I say all of us good people, are making good money, the world becomes more good, more gooder. Think about that. We all get gooder when we make more money. Because if you're good, money will just enhance your goodness. Money does not equal evil, it just enhances who we already are. So, this is why it is my mission to help women, especially, transform their mindset, transform their life, and transform their money situation. And when you can get this down in your heart and in your soul, you can learn the skills of sales and marketing. We can learn to show up consistently, and you can keep your mindset and your emotions in check. Then you will have a successful, abundant business. And this is what we're doing together starting on March 15th. So now I want to review the mastermind with you so you can refer back to this video at any time. I will go ahead and share screen to let you know exactly what the details are. And some of you have never been in a group coaching situation before, so I'll also review that as well. So if you see this here, the Abundant Business 8-week mini mastermind is with me, myself, Cami Kennedy, a life and business coach. I'm also an intuitive, a Reiki practitioner, a breathwork facilitator. So remember, the mastermind is a small group, an intimate group of people in different industries, same industries, could be anything, but typically we're working on service-based business owners. So you have a service, so maybe a real estate agent, interior designer, a fellow coach, a speaker, a intuitive medium, another intuitive, a healing business, a Reiki practitioner, right? Like think of all the things you could be doing, a yoga facilitator, but you're wanting to grow your impact. So we come together in a mastermind of 8 weeks. On those 8 weeks, we cover different topics. All of these topics are covered over Zoom call. Plus, there are some bonus in person sessions. So if you're watching this and you are in Fayetteville, North Carolina, or you can travel in, you can definitely come into our workshop sessions. These workshop sessions will also be live streamed on Zoom. So if you're coming in from another country or another part of the world, we can live stream you in, or you can come in into it in person with us. So remember, this mastermind is 8 weeks, and this is for those of you who want to sell with your soul, right? You don't want to feel awkward, you don't want to feel forced, you don't want to feel like you're faking it. You want to feel natural when in your marketing. You want to learn how to market. Some of you are just like, I don't even know where to start. So I break it down very simply for you so you know your message, you know your offer, you know the value that you bring, and you know that you're worthy of receiving money. And then we create a consistent strategy for you that's specific for your marketing. And this is a sacred space where spirituality meets in with your strategy. So, as an intuitive, everything I'm doing is energetic, and I'll teach you a lot of tools within this program as well to help you manage your mind, your energy, your emotions, and to tap into the faith and the trust and the manifesting part of building a business. So, by the end of 8 weeks, you're going to have a marketing plan that feels magnetic, that feels like it's easy for you and it's magnetizing in your dream clients. Your messaging will be clear and confident. You'll know how to speak it out in a confident way, whether online or in person. You will have tools to sell more with ease and clarity. You're going to have a personalized marketing plan for your social media. And it's an organic plan, which means it's not a paid. You don't have to pay for Facebook ads. We want this to be easy. We want it to be consistent for you. You will leave this mastermind with this inner confidence, knowing that you know what you're offering, you're confident in it, and you also have this sense of faith and trust. Like, I trust that this is enough, that this will give me clients. And then what happens is clients do come because this consistent aligned action in your business is the thing that keeps you away from burnout and busy work, right? Like, we don't need to be wasting any time with busy work or content calendars. It doesn't make any sense at the stage of business you're in right now. We want to get you out of confusion and analysis paralysis into aligned action and signing clients. So if you're ready to break through of the fear, the perfectionism, you want to actually tap into your voice. Like, I know what I value. I have a voice. I know how to say it. If you want to get paid for your purpose, then you want to join us in this mastermind. Remember, we're going to tap into our intuition, integrity, and strategy because all of them are important. So your next step here would be to click the link to apply. I'm going to break down everything that's included here, but the application you want to get in before April 26th because you get a bonus. You get a bonus one-on-one coaching call. So I'll review everything that's in the mastermind right now. So remember, again, it includes Zoom coaching calls. So we get together on live video. Each week, I'm training on a specific topic. When I'm done training on that topic, I will open it up for coaching, and you will be able to get coached on your specific challenge or your specific question. And you can also watch other people getting coached because it is so powerful when you see somebody else getting coached with maybe a similar problem as you or a problem you didn't even know you had. It's fantastic to watch somebody else getting coached because you understand it oftentimes a lot better. So that's the power of being in a group and masterminding in this way. So, week one, we step right into your identity as a business owner and as a leader, right? You need to be a CEO, you need to have boundaries, you need to have time blocking, like all these things that make you a CEO. And we tap into the future you with future you visioning. So, we do that on week number one. This is a Zoom call. Then we move on to week number two, connecting with your clients deeply. You have to know and understand your clients. It's really important for you to know what your client's problem is and be able to present the solution. And we need to build know, like, and trust, right? They need to trust you. They need to like you. They need to know how to work with you. And we do that through building your offer and building your belief. I also teach you EFT tapping, which is a strategy. It's an emotional strategy, a technique to use to create safety in the body so that you can be seen, you can be heard, you can go out there and share your voice with the world. Week three, we tap into social media made easy. So we actually come up with a content calendar that is specific for you, but it is simple. It is simple. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be simple, repeatable, fun, easy, doable. We set up your content pillars. What are you going to post on? And just a weekly guide. What am I going to do each and every week? And then we will also do some social media audits. We'll take up some examples of some people in the group. We'll break down, okay, does it feel easy to work with them? Does it make sense? And you'll start to understand from a buyer's perspective why it's so important what you're putting out there on social media. And if you have any thoughts about how you don't like social media and you're not aligned with it, we're going to cover that as well. We're going to help with your mindset around socials. I'll also have a bonus breathwork practice that'll be online that's going to help to remove your fear of being seen. We want to remove that fear of being seen and of failing and just let go of some of that blockages. Then we move into week four, mastering your messaging. So your message is the words that you say to your potential client. So we need to know what's the problem, what's the solution, what's unique about working with me, and I'll help you find out what's unique because sometimes it's hard to talk about yourself. But when you're in a mastermind, other people will reflect back to you what some of your strengths are and what some of your characteristics are that find you magnetic and attractive. We'll teach you how to speak directly to your client's ideal desires and outcomes. And then we're always doing some intuitive journaling, some practices to help for you to get clarity. Then we move on to week five, which is your organic marketing. So this is your free marketing that's got to be aligned to you and your personality. So we do this by working together either locally with local networking in person, or we do this with online. You can do either way. Depending on your personality, you might do one or the other, working on collaborations and referrals. And then we're going to map out that plan. What is this plan? How are we going to do it? And then, of course, we're always aligning our energy to receive more clients. So I'll teach you a guided visualization to attract more clients as well. Then we move on to week six. This is really important. Sales psychology. Why do people buy? What's the thing that causes them to buy? What's the thing that causes them to make a decision to say yes or no? Now, with sales, we always are in integrity. So we're never pushy, we're never salesy. But there are certain ways to describe things that make it more clear and make it more easy for somebody to make that investment. And anytime we get caught up in sales, I'm always teaching my clients my panic to purpose process. This is for you personally when you get stressed about money, anxious about money. I teach you how to get out of panic and back into your purpose so you can calm your anxiety, get connected to your clients because that's what they want. And then I'll teach you in week seven how to overcome objections with love. So, overcoming objections, the main ones, I can't afford it. I need to think about it. And I'll teach you how to have conversations that just really gets to the root of what they want, what they need, not in a pressury way, but in a way that's in service to the client. And then I'll teach you what to do before and after these sales calls to help you sign more clients. And then our final week is our celebration week. This is where you recap our results. What did we do? What did we get clear on? And we celebrate progress. And then you make a plan. Okay, what am I going to do for the next 90 days? We'll finalize with a beautiful integration ceremony, a celebration ceremony, and you'll walk away feeling solid, feeling clear, feeling like you've done the things. I know who I am. I know what I offer. I feel aligned. I feel magnetic. I know my marketing plan. I know how to sell. When you have these things in place, you make more money. And the investment for this, a container like this, like I told you, my first business mastermind was years ago. It was 10 years ago. I paid $3,000 for it. I am making this available for you right now for only one payment of $1,000. We get 8 weeks together. one payment of $1,000. The reason I did this is because I really looked at what helped me as a business owner. I also really considered where people are in 2025. What do they need? Where are you financially? What's going to give you the biggest ROI? What's going to give you the biggest return on investment? And what I know is if there's something that I can get for $1,000 that's going to be jam packed with my sales, my marketing, my mindset, my messaging, how to function on social media, how to show up with confidence in networking. This is what I wanted to offer is I wanted to address those main pain points, make it highly accessible, even if you're in the beginning stages of business. Because I know how it is. In that first year of business, you are scraping together pennies to continue to invest in your business, to continue to grow and learn how to make money. So I made this investment of $1,000 to be very easy for you to figure out how to do. And if right now you're thinking, well, I don't have $1,000 or I don't know where it's going to come from, here's what I want you to think about. In 8 weeks, if we can get you on track to signing 3 clients at $1,000, you could come through making 3,000. If we could just get you to sign one client, if you got $1,000 package, you will make your money back and you will leave with all of these skills: how to sell, how to market, how to show up confidently, how to show up consistently, how to break down social media, make it very, very easy. So these are the foundational skills that you need as a business owner. There is no business in the world that does not require sales and marketing. The only way you can get around this is if you decide to pay for ads. If you decide to dump all your money into Facebook ads and let somebody else figure it out for you. The reason why this is not a valuable strategy is because you are the CEO. You have to learn how to talk about what you offer with confidence because you're not in a position yet to hire a sales team or to hire a marketing team. If you're under 6 figures, we need to get you confident and clear as a CEO, knowing how to sell, knowing how to market, knowing how to communicate clearly. This is foundational. Once you have this, then you just keep making money with who you're being, with how you're communicating, with how you're showing up. This is the foundation. We can get this all done in 8 weeks. So we work together for 2 months. The mastermind goes from May 15th, 2025 to July 1st, 2025. We meet every single week on a Zoom call. Some of those will be optional if you want to come meet us in person in Fayetteville, North Carolina. But if you cannot meet us in person, you're still going to get all the value because we're going to Zoom you into the room. We're going to sit you around the table and we're all going to be talking in a very conversational manner during those mastermind weeks, the weeks that we're working on your social media, your messaging, and your marketing plan. Those will be done in person and we'll practice them all together. The reason why this is so valuable is because you get to sit around a table and practice your 30-second pitch. You get to sit around a table and practice your problem and solution. What's the problem I solve? What's the solution? And then we get to practice safe networking where you get to say the words, get them to come out of your mouth, get to get more clarity over and over again. So that when you go into real networking or when you go onto Reels on Instagram or Facebook, or you go onto TikTok or you go onto LinkedIn, whatever platform you're going to be using, you're very confident and you're very clear and you're also concise in what it is that you offer. So this mastermind, I'm so excited to offer to you because this is something I wish I would have had back in the beginning of my business. You know, I tried to like piecemeal some things together. I definitely invested way more money in the first year of my business than this, but I really wanted to give you this gift. I consider this a gift. A mastermind like this probably should be costing around 4,000. I paid 6,000 for 10 weeks before. 6,000 for 10 weeks. So I want you to just get it in your mind. I know this might feel like a bigger investment for you if you're early on, but truly this should be a no-brainer for you right now because you're going to get every single thing that you need. And my job as your coach, I want you to be thinking, I'm going to 10x the investment. I'm going to take this $1,000 investment. I'm going to make $10,000 with it. And this is absolutely true and possible because once you know how to sell and market, once you've nailed your consistency, then you're able to show up. And when you show up consistently, clients come running. So this is your next step. You are going to click the link. I've had the link either above or below this video. You're going to submit your application. You want to get this application in before April 26th. That is Saturday, April 26th, 2025, before 9 p.m. The reason why you want to do this now is because you get a bonus one-on-one coaching call with me. You can use that coaching call for anything in your business. If you want me to look at your website, if you want me to look at your Instagram, your Facebook, if you need help on imposter syndrome, we work through all of that on the coaching call. I will help you with everything that you need in a personalized way, getting your coaching call as a bonus. And the sooner you apply, the sooner you get accepted. The sooner you apply, the sooner we can get on that coaching call. I already have been talking to people all this week. We've been talking about challenges in their business. I already have people booking in their coaching calls, making their payments, and I'm reviewing each application as it comes in. So, what I'm looking for is, are you ready? Are you open? Are you coachable? And then there's only a few questions. It's only going to take you 5 minutes to fill out the application. It's going to ask your name, why you applied for the group, what it is that you want to work on specifically, what are your specific challenges. Then it's going to ask you, what's your current revenue? What have you made? How much do you want to make? And we're going to get those goals in place. And if there's anything else that you want me to know, you submit it on the application. I will respond back to you within 48 hours, letting you know if you've been accepted and letting you know your next steps. So to recap, you are ready for a mastermind if you're ready to make money. And I'm going to read a little bit more. I thought this was fascinating. This was something that I wrote about my very first coach. So if you've never had coaching, I'm actually reading this to you from my experience that I had back in 2016. And the reason I went back that long ago is because that's when I was in the beginning of my business. And sometimes I forget. I'm like, what was it like? What was it like to be in the beginning, right? And really what we're dealing with a lot is a lot of confusion, a lot of, I don't know what to do next. I'm not really confident with what to do next. Like, somebody tell me. So I'm going to read to you from my perspective what I got out of coaching in a mastermind so that you can see yourself in here. So here's what I wrote. I said, I knew she was good, but I didn't know how much value I would get from this call. I came to the call completely overwhelmed with a list of things I needed to work on, knowing that there were huge areas for growth. I thought I would leave the call with the typical just do it mantra, but she really identified what I needed beyond even what I thought I was struggling with. She gave me a vision for my near future that is attainable, whereas before it felt so distant. Today, I came with an overwhelming list of things I've been struggling with in my business and personal life. I came to her to get motivated to do the things I know I should do to move my business forward and to make the money I know I'm supposed to be making. Her coaching flowed effortlessly as she dug deep into my desires and hangups, and I left the call feeling hopeful and with the right tools that I would become the person that is successful in all areas. As I read that, I get a little bit like, oh, I get proud of the version of me that invested in myself so heavily, so aggressively to get to where I am today. And so when I sit here and talk to you about being ready, are you ready to become the person who has the money and the life and the business that you desire? And a lot of times, what is in the way is fear. You're afraid of what it'll be like to actually have what you want, because sometimes it feels safer to just stay stuck, to stay exactly where you are. And what I'll tell you is I have zero regrets. All the money I've invested in the past 10 years, I have zero regrets because of who I've become in the process. I am so proud of myself for continuing to have a vision, continuing to take action on that vision. Once I reach a goal, I assess, I evaluate, I continue to move forward. And this is what I want for you because it feels freaking amazing to take control of your life, to take control of your business, to take control of your money, and to take control of your mindset. So I invite you right now to put your application in. Do not wait. If you're feeling like you're ready, you're like, I want this and I'm still afraid, submit your application. I want this, but I don't know if I've made enough money yet, submit your application. I want this, but I don't know how I'm going to be in a group, submit your application. Because as soon as you submit it, that is you taking a powerful step towards the direction that you want to go in your life and business. And listen, I've been skydiving. Nobody actually wants to jump out of the plane. It's scary. But after they do, they are so proud of themselves and they have a magnificent experience and they realize they didn't die. So this is what you'll need to do in your business over and over again is make powerful, decisive decisions, take action, move forward on them, and figure it out as you go. The longer you stay in indecision and questioning and I don't know, the longer you will not have the money that you want. You will not have the life that you want. You will not have the amount of impact that you want. Because remember, it's not just about the money. The more money you have means the more clients you've been able to serve, the more of your skill and passion and purpose you've been able to put into the world. So you're going to head right now, click the link to submit 5 minutes to submit your application. And I am looking for women who are heart centered, they're in integrity, they're supportive of one another, they're open and honest and coachable, and you're willing to be wrong. And here's what I mean, not wrong in a shameful place, but your thoughts about social media, your thoughts about marketing, your thoughts about selling are wrong. Here's how we know. You don't have the money you want yet, which means that your thinking is kind of messed up somewhere. So what I'm going to help you do is identify, what are you thinking? How is this getting in the way? And let's change our thinking so we can change our actions and show up consistently. So you have to be willing to be coached and be like, oh, I didn't think of it that way. I didn't look at it that way. Oh, okay, I'm willing to change my perspective on this because I'm willing to change the world through my offerings. So I am so excited. Masterminding has been the number one gift I've given myself. I'm loving that I'm able to give this now to you because you will make lifelong friendships in masterminds. You will have collaborations. You will have increased your network. Years from now, you will remember, oh my gosh, remember we were in that mastermind together? And being able to be in community in this way is so powerful. It's like having friends, but the friends that are on a similar path as you. Because it can feel so isolating when your friends and your family think you're crazy for running a business. And I'm like, yep, we are. So I want to bring all of us together with a crazy vision to create what you want to change the world and to hold each other accountable. And what you'll get from me is a safe container to share, to show up, to be yourself. You're going to get highly skilled coaching in the area of mindset, business strategy, and also intuition and healing. Sometimes there's some healing that needs to come up in our business, and we don't want to be afraid of that. We actually want to lean into that and say, I'm here for it. So I'm going to hold space for you. I'm going to hold the masculine energy that says, let's go, let's get shit done. And then I'm going to hold the feminine energy of faith and trust and divine connection and feeling spiritually aligned and healing what we need to heal and crying if we need to cry. But ultimately, I believe in your courageous power to show up and to create something from nothing. That's what we're doing in business. We are creating something from nothing. And it feels so powerful to be able to do this together. So rush, go, hurry, click right now, apply. I'll review your application in the next 24 hours. You will hear from me. And then you can book your bonus one-on-one coaching call as long as you get your application in by April 26th at 9 p.m. All right, my friends, I will see you within the mastermind. Bye for now.